Hey, so this is going to be a pretty biased tier list. I was thinking about it right before stream, and I have to apologize right out the gate, and thank you for your patience, because I don't know what's going on. Is it because it's March? Is it because of me? Am I doing something? I've taken Zyrtec. I've blown my nose a million times. Hell, right before I switched to this scene, I was blowing my nose out. So if I sound stuffy or I sound disgusting, I am genuinely so sorry. I am trying to do everything I can to fix it. It ain't working. But welcome to the poor man's tier list. So what I mean by this is everyone else I've seen, right? They're millionaires. They're all, they're living in their yachts and their mansions. I'm gonna tell you the poor man's tier list. All right, someone who was poor, is still poor. How and who or what is the best fast food? Okay, now I'm gonna do my tier list differently, right? Everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna start like at the bottom of the 11. No, you can't do that. So let me show you. There we are. This is what we're working with today. This is not an all-inclusive tier list, okay? But it's a tier list. So most other people, what they'll do is like, oh yeah, excuse me, A&W, all-American food. And it's like, that's not how you do it. You need to have what you believe your best is, because that's how you rank everything else. That's how you have a consistent tier list. So that's how I'm going to do mine. So, you may have, from previous streams, been hinted at as to what the best fast food place is. Okay. It's McDonald's. Okay, hold on. You may have a different choice. You may think that Wendy's is the number one place. You may think Burger King is the number one place. It's McDonald's. Here's why. Okay. I have a receipt from yesterday. I found it, by the way. I found my my receipt for McDonald's that had the McDonald's thing. And if you weren't here for that story, essentially what happened was I was getting home and I was just exhausted. I was just brain dead, mind dead, just completely busted, right? And I was like, I'm gonna get McDonald's. I'm gonna cheer myself up. So I get my usual, which you gotta watch that stream to figure out what it was. And I pay for it, and I get the receipt back, and I'm like, what the hell? There's stuff on the back. And I turn around, and keep in mind, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm just like, I'm half asleep, but I'm also half dead. And I look at the back of the receipt, and I'm like, why is there an anime girl on my McDonald's receipt? What's going on here? And then I pull up, and I realize, oh my god, it's on the bag, too. What the hell? And apparently it's like a promotional thing. But that's not the reason why McDonald's is the best. Here's why McDonald's is the best. Okay. Whenever I was at my poorest, when I had no money, I could get a meal that could fill me up for the entire day at McDonald's. Okay. Which is the same thing I get to this day. And it used to be on the dollar menu. It used to be, well, they used to have a dollar menu. Rest in peace that. But back in the day, back when it was really good, you could get like 2 cheeseburgers for $2. You could get hot and spicy. They're called like, I always call them hot and spicy, but the spicy chicken sandwich, That used to be $1.50. Okay. You could get like 2 cheeseburgers, 2 hot and spicies for like $5. Okay. $5. Right? Here, let me look at this. Did they change the price of the sweet tea? Oh, I didn't get a sweet tea on this one. Yeah, times are hard. I had to drink the tea at home. But anyway, you could get, back in the day, $7 for literally like a day or two worth of food. It was insane. Nowadays, my current order, I'll spoil it, whatever. Double cheeseburger, small fry. It's a double cheeseburger and small fry bundle with a hot and spicy. I was a little bit, I was like, I want a little bit more. That comes out to, oh my God, $6.37. $2 for the double cheeseburger, which makes sense. $2. Wait. Oh, it's a $4 bundle. Whoops. And then the hot and spicy is $1.89. It used to be so cheap. But here's why. I'm looping back here. All right. Even to this day, right? If you want consistent food, you will find it at McDonald's. I have gone to McDonald's in various places in this world, and they have all tasted the same. And I'm not a singular person in this. There's a lot of other people that have the same thing, that have represented the same exact fact. It's the same. Now, why is this the best as opposed to all the other ones? Okay. You'll see slowly as I go through them. And a lot of these I haven't had, which, is going to speed up the tier list. But what I want to show is that I'm basing all of my decision off of 1, price, 2, consistency, and a few others down the road. So first and foremost, I've only drank A&W. I've never went to a restaurant that's what's called A&W. I never have. I can't even comment on it. I haven't even heard of it before. But Arby's, we have the meats. Arby's is an interesting one. There we go. Now the allergies are really kicking in. Arby's is an interesting one because the last time I went to Arby's was like 8 years ago. And it's not because it's far away or anything like that, which is 99% of the reason why people go to certain places. I think the reason why I just don't go to Arby's is, one, even back then, McDonald's was way cheaper. Way cheaper. And Arby's is one of those places where, you have to like it or you don't. And for some reason, I don't know if I'm just weak, but whenever I go to Arby's, it's like a 30% chance to roll a critical failure and have to be stuck in the bathroom for 3 hours after I eat. So for Arby's, I think this is going to be D tier. I think that definitely, if I'm starving to death, it'll be fine. But if it's horrible, I won't die, but I'll be close to death after eating Arby's. I'll put it that way. Baja Fresh, never had it. I've never even heard of this before. I don't know. I mean, and you also have to understand that this is a tier list that I didn't make, because I don't have time for that. I should, but I don't. But yeah, next, Blimpie, America's Sub Shop. Nah, I don't know. Bojangles, I don't know. Like I said, this is probably going to be a pretty quick stream. And I was looking at this and I was like, I haven't been to a good portion of these. And I was like, uh-oh, that's not great. But Boston Market. Okay, Boston Market is also another weird one, right? Boston Market is a place where if you have a good amount of money to waste, you go here, right? If you don't have money for Thanksgiving, right, you go to Boston Market, right? And don't lie. If you did the same thing as me, then oh, you can't afford the turkey because it's $40, right? You can't afford the mashed potatoes or the casseroles or anything like that. You're like, well, I can just go to Boston Market. And that's what you do, right? Now, for fast food, too expensive. Boston Market is a specialty place. If you don't have a lot of money, you really only have a few places you can go, okay? And you have to do this weird strategy, right, where With McDonald's, you have, like, you can go any day of the week, right? Any day, anytime, you can go to McDonald's. Hell, some of them are even 24 hours, okay? Which is overpowered, in my opinion. Overpowered, all right? But Boston Market, right, that's a specialty place. Like I said, that's for Thanksgiving, that's for Christmas, that's for insert holiday that's important that everyone goes for, right? If you can't afford the turkey, if you can't afford the ribs, if you know, whatever you're doing, right, the hot dogs for the cookout, right, you go to Boston Market. So for fast food, it's C, right? Because it doesn't give me, you know, it doesn't send me to the bathroom like Arby's, but it isn't exactly the best, right? It's a little bit too expensive. So I guess that third thing is like price. Okay, Burger King. Hot take, I don't like Burger King. I personally just think that it tastes bad. And I mean, when I say tastes bad, I mean that it tastes completely different from McDonald's, which I know is an unfair comparison, but it is a comparison that I'm making. Burger King tastes weird. The only thing I can eat at Burger King is the chicken fries, a Whopper if it has a lot of mayonnaise and like condiments on it to kind of mask the flavor of the burger, which, you know, kudos. But it's also kind of expensive. You can't really find super valuable options at Burger King. You can kind of get away with it, but not really. Let me cough real quick because my allergies. Okay, we back. Oh, beautiful. I love the mute button. Oh, and I imagine y'all are grateful too. But anyway, Burger King. Too expensive, right? I think it's kind of like Boston Market, but worse, where, you know, when you're thinking about a place to go at lunch, right? Like if you've ever worked retail, if you ever worked fast food or like any food business, and you're thinking about lunch, you're like, how much did I earn these past 4 hours? How much do I want to spend just for my lunch? That goes into your head. You're like, what do I want to do? And for Burger King, it's kind of a specialty place like Boston Market, but it's not better food. It's different. It has different flavor because it is flame broiled as opposed to McDonald's methods. And Burger King is just kind of one of those places where it's like, if you want to switch it up, right? Like if you've eaten McDonald's for the past 5 days, right? And if you're poor, you know, okay? Like, you don't really get a choice, okay? And people can say, well, go to a supermarket and, you know, get all these materials and make meals and meal prep. And it's like, first and foremost, you're right. Right. People aren't objecting to that. The problem is that you have to come up with the recipes. You have to cook it, which requires what? Time. Time and effort. And if you've ever had a friend that can't cook and you told them to meal prep, you are literally encouraging arson. They will burn down the entire place. They will find a way. So Burger King. Easy C tier. Right? Next to Cane's. Kind of controversial. I think Cane's sucks. I think Cane's chicken tastes horrible. I think that they literally have like 9 options on the menu, which is 9 too much. The only thing that I like at Cane's is the bread and the sauce. I'm sorry. I controversial. It's true. It sucks. Okay. Cane's is if someone tried to copy KFC but said, do it poorly. And that's what they did. And Cane's is interesting because it's expensive too, right? Like, you don't go to Cane's for cheap food. You go to Cane's because you're like, you know what? I want to get like a box of bread and sauce, and I want to eat the whole damn thing. You don't tell anyone that you're doing that, but you, like, you know, it's on the receipt, you know, it's like, and I've done this before, right? I've gone to Cane's and I'm like, I'm going to go get like 4 breads, a sauce, and then one of the little like two chicken strips. And the only way I can eat the chicken at Cane's is by literally slathering the entire drumstick in the sauce in order to hide how terribly chewy and just poor quality the actual chicken is. So, Cane's is definitely going to be bad C tier. It's just, sorry. I don't think that it really deserves to be any higher. Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr. has a special place in a lot of people's hearts. Not mine. I've never been. Everyone has told me that, oh yeah, Carl's Jr. is such a great place to go, and I'm like, I've never been. And you know what's funny? I'm going to look at the menu, because I've never been to Carl's Jr., but I want to look in the menu and see how expensive it is. Okay. Now, they have, like, chicken wraps, it looks like, and they have burgers and stuff. But I remember every time I would drive by a Carl's Jr. and consider going, I would look at the prices on the board, and I'm like, hell no. Because, like, I think Carl's Jr., like, markets itself as, like, an upscale version of fast food. And to be honest with you, I've never had it, so I'm going to put it in there. But if I had to place it, I'd probably put it in D tier. Because, like, it looks really good, but it's way overpriced. Checkers, never had. Sorry, no comment. But Chick-fil-A. Okay, Chick-fil-A is a different place, right? Chick-fil-A is really expensive. Chick-fil-A is one of those places that you go to when you want really good chicken that isn't fast food, or doesn't taste like fast food, should I say. Right. So, Chick-fil-A, you go to on Sunday, and you realize, fuck, it's Sunday. Okay, then you wait a month or two, and then you're like, I need to go to Chick-fil-A, and then you make sure, oh, it's a Thursday. Okay. So then you go, and you order, and no matter whether you get a little bit or a lot, it's going to be really expensive. But here's a catch. It's really good. The honey roasted barbecue sauce is amazing. The regular barbecue sauce is amazing. They have a few others that I don't call to mind, but they're good too. Polynesian sauce, right? Their nuggets are good. Their chicken strips are good. Their salads are good. You know, like, that's pretty hard to pull off on a fast food place, right? And you can have your reservations about it, but in my opinion, I think that this is a really good contender for being almost the best. The only reason it loses out is because this is not cheap. Like, you'll spend $20, no problem. Speaking of spending $20, no problems, Chipotle, or as I call it, Chipotle. Actually, you know what? Let me tell you a quick story about Chick-fil-A. Back when they first came out, there wasn't really like a oral like campaign about it. It was just like ads online. So I remember I used to call it Chick-fil-A because I genuinely had no idea how to pronounce it. It's Chick-fil-A, but where's the accent marker on the A? So I was like, Chick-fil-A? Huh? Really? They called their company that? Really? And they're like, oh, welcome to Chick-fil-A. And I'm like, what? Oh, it's a pun on filet. And it's like, okay, I don't know. I still don't get it, to be honest with you. But what I also don't get is why Chipotle is so expensive. Okay, because you can order it online and have it made, and then you can go pick it up. Okay, that's the preferred experience, right? No cheaper, and actually it's faster. But when you walk in there, right, and this is what I get. I normally get the bowl because it's more price efficient. It's, in terms of volume, you get more for your dollar on the bowl. I don't know if that's still true because I haven't been there in a long time. But Chipotle is one of those places where you walk in and you get brown or white rice, beans. I never get beans. You get like steak, chicken, barbacoa, a few other things like that, or seasonal things. And then you can get guacamole, cheese, and all that. And then they, put it in the thing. And then they charge you like $25. $25. And it's like, what? Most people don't even earn that an hour. And you're asking that for a meal for today? And if you have a really high metabolism, you may need to eat even more than that. Because I'm lucky. I can eat one bowl of Chipotle and be kind of basically good for not only the entire day, but a little bit more into the next. No problem. Because I normally only eat once a day. That's just how I do it. But Chipotle, they're like $25 for a bowl. And now here's the thing, right? Chipotle does have a special place in my heart. I have a lot of good memories here. And not just the food, but like bringing friends and stuff there. And I really love getting the bowl and then the queso and the chips. The queso and the chips were a ripoff, but they were good. Because they had this like lime zest they put on the chips and stuff that was like, I don't know why, but it was so good. But this is not a cheap place. This is a place you go if it's special, if it's good, if it's blah, blah, blah. So, well, here's the other thing, too. It is really good, right? I've only maybe once or twice in my life had stomach issues because of Chipotle, and I'm pretty sure that it was just luck of the draw. But this is kind of the place you go for special occasions. You're like, you know what? I want to commit gluttony and not feel guilty about it. Easy, first grade C tier. Church's Chicken. Oh, I have a special relationship with chicken places. Okay, and the reason why is because good chicken is hard to find. Right? It really is. And Church's is one of those places where I feel like they want to compete directly with KFC, but they can't, right? Because every Church's I've been to has been in a weird gas stations thing. Now, there obviously are restaurants, and I've been there too, but the good Church's, I mean, the Church's where you got bomb-ass chicken, always came from the ones from gas stations. I don't know why. And that has been my experience. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But it is true in my opinion. It is true. Imagine saying that. Oh yeah, it's factually the case because I said so. Is it expensive? It's kind of the same thing with Chipotle, right? Except it's not very good. It's chicken, and it's but it doesn't taste as good as Burger King, but it isn't as ass as Cane's. So it's right there in the middle in C tier. Cookout, never had it. Now Culver's, okay. I haven't been to Culver's, but I have seen like videos and I've seen their menu and stuff. I think I would like Culver's. I think Culver's looks really good, and I think it would taste really good. So next time I get the opportunity to go to Culver's, I will. And there actually is one nearby that I didn't even know existed, and it's like the only one here. So I'm really curious to see, you know, if and when I get the opportunity to go to Culver's and check it out. Del Taco. Okay, I've been to Del Taco before, okay? Not a lot, but I've been there a few times. I can't comment completely on them, but I will give my opinion. I think that this is just a crappy Taco Bell. Now, I've been told that it all varies based upon location. I have a friend that goes to Del Taco like every other week as like as a reward. Can't be me. Now, obviously, I got burnt, right? So maybe if I get healed from Del Taco and, you know, I get a really good experience, I'll change my mind. But for right now, there. Not worse than Arby's. Oh, I haven't had it. Whoopsie. But if I had to put it, it would be in D tier. Denny's. I love Denny's. Okay, Denny's is not a cheap place. Pretty expensive. In fact, most of these places are. And like I said, I'm comparing everything to McDonald's because you do not beat the price at McDonald's. You don't. You can't. Now, there may be a menu item on these restaurants that I haven't had, which I want to know. Okay, I need to be more efficient with being poor. Okay, everyone, help me. But Denny's is a special place. You go to Denny's with your friends that you haven't seen in like weeks for dinner, right? Or, depending on what you did the night before, early morning breakfast. Denny's is a great place because it always has this vibe of just, it's like IHOP, right? Denny's and IHOP are really similar. Denny's is just, it's a nice place. It doesn't taste amazing, right? And to be honest with you, I don't really consider this fast food because you have to sit down and eat it. But, you know, we're going to give it some leeway here. But Denny's, right? I have a lot of happy memories and a lot of stupid memories at Denny's. My favorite memory at Denny's was I was with a friend who decided to, before going to lunch with me, and didn't tell me this, decided to smoke, right? And you can guess what, based upon context. And we sit down and there's a cop that's clearly off duty, so he's not going to do anything about it. But my friend, for the entire meal, was dead silent. And it was one of the first times he has ever been silent in his entire life. Because he's just a talkative person. His entire face. He was so scared. He was so scared. He was like, my life is over. And you know what's funny? Is I knew the cop wasn't going to do anything about it, because if you're off duty, you're not going to do shit that's going to require you to do paperwork, especially because I knew it was his lunchtime. I was like, he's not going to do anything about it. And he didn't. He didn't, thank God, for his sake, but he was shitting bricks the entire time. We got out, everything was fine, but Denny's has a lot of stories like that for me. In terms of food, it's okay. It's not bad, right? The sausage is good. The pancakes are good. I don't recommend getting anything except breakfast items at Denny's, though. That also goes for IHOP, but I'll get there shortly. So, in terms of food, price-wise, it's not that great. It's kind of a place you go with your friends, but it's not like to the level of specialty. Like, you don't really go to Denny's often. You do it with Chipotle. Boston Market, you do that for like holidays and stuff, so it's already special there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I may change it later. Domino's. Oh yeah. Here's my problem with fast food, like pizza places. They aren't fast food to me. They take like 30 minutes to cook and get to you, which, you know, you get the convenience factor. But I always tip the drivers well, because like, I don't know if this is a shared experience, but every single delivery driver I've had for Domino's, Pizza Hut, etc., they all look so dead inside that, like, when I hand them that fresh $20 bill as a tip, even if it's only a $10 or $20 order, they perk up. And it's one of my favorite things to do. Now, that's probably one of the reasons why I'm poor, but the thing is that, like, stuff like that really makes an impact on people, even if it's only short term. You know, I'm not going to change his life, or their life, depending on who it is. But, you know, it's a very, like, happy day when that happens. For me and the driver both, you know. But for Domino's, for pizza, the quality of the pizza. It's okay. I mean, it's not bad, right? Like, I think I lump Domino's, Pizza Hut, and a few other places all in, right? So it's kind of like, it's B tier, right? You can get, you know, a medium pizza for like $7 plus or minus a few other things. You can get like a 2-liter of Coke if you're interested. You can get, you know, breadsticks and crab. Like, it's really good. It's not bad. I like it. It's not the cheapest, but if I'm thinking of like a way to spoil myself and I don't want to go to Chick-fil-A or Chipotle, I'll think of Domino's, because it is a little bit more price efficient. Because like if you get a large pizza, you can make that shit last like 3-4 days if you ration it out correctly. Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen is weird. I hate their food. I think Dairy Queen has awful food. It always tastes terrible. I've never had a good experience with the food. But their shakes and stuff, baller. So in terms of fast food, it's kind of crap. It's not as bad as Arby's, right? But I don't eat there, right? I go to Dairy Queen and I pick up a shake, and then I go across the road and I grab McDonald's or something. El Pollo Loco. The crazy chicken. Every El Pollo Loco I've been to has always been sketch. And I have no memory of the food, which I don't know if is a good or a bad thing. So I'm effectively going to put this in never had, because I recall myself walking into a Pollo Loco. Hell, I've done it with friends, but I don't remember the food experience. I don't remember if it was good. I don't remember if it was bad. I really don't have any memory of it. It's very spotty, and it has been a very long time since I went there. So I'm just going to say never had, but if I had to put it, probably, you know, final in C tier, Firehouse. Firehouse is one of those places where it is expensive, but the meatball marinara, the footlong or whatever, with a pickle and a bag of chips and a cookie, is S tier, in my opinion. Probably one of my favorite things to get at Firehouse. It's the only thing I get at Firehouse, but it's like, it is expensive though. It is pretty expensive. So that has to easily go in middle B tier, because I've never had a bad experience with Firehouse. Now, what's funny is that I did a really good job. I ate before the stream. And what I eat, I had McDonald's. I didn't want to cook. I was like, I was too tired. So I was like, I'll go get me. Okay. So, so I'm glad I did, because otherwise I'd be like, food. Five Guys. Never had. I remember it was like the shtick for so long, and I'm like, and they told me, oh yeah, you can get blah blah for $20 or whatever, and $25, and I'm like, fuck that. I'm not gonna. I don't care if it's, amazing. I'm not going. IHOP, it's kind of the same story with Denny's, right? IHOP is a place, like, Denny's is worse than IHOP. In my opinion, this may start a war, but IHOP is better than Denny's. But IHOP is a different vibe, right? Denny's has that vibe of, like I was saying earlier, but IHOP has, like, you go to IHOP alone at, like, 2 a.m., okay? I don't know if that makes sense, but you go to IHOP alone at 2 a.m., and you have the time of your life eating pancakes, okay? That's how it is for me. Let's see. So where's Denny's? Denny's is there. And the price is, it's kind of negligible, but it's kind of a special place, so I'll put it in C tier. Okay, now this is where it's going to be interesting. In-N-Out. Okay, so if you've never had In-N-Out, let me put it to you this way. Have you had Whataburger? Right? I think In-N-Out is just the superior Whataburger. I really do. I really honestly do. Okay? And the first time I had In-N-Out, I was so excited because, like, this is a cult classic of, like, California and a bunch of other places. And I'm like, this is just way more higher quality Whataburger. And they're basically the same price. They're not very cheap. They're very expensive, but it's really good. And I have a lot of, like, I have a lot of happy experiences at In-N-Out. I've only been there a few times, but, I got the animal fries. I did the secret menu. I did everything at In-N-Out. And I think it's just a superior Whataburger. It isn't cheap, but what is in this world? Oh, I accidentally hit my mute button. What the hell? I'm like, I was looking at the tier list and I was like, do I want to rearrange anything? In-N-Out burger. Where would I put it? I think In-N-Out goes definitely. I'm kind of getting muddled up in my own thoughts, so I'm just going to put it there. Oh, Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box is a place you go to if you want. I wouldn't say. Like, it's slop, right? It's slop, but it's really cheap. And it's always the same. It never tastes any different anywhere you go. And it is cheap. You can get a lot of crap for like $10. I don't know if that's true anymore, but yeah, this is just gonna be last tier in B. Especially because of the fact that, like, if you want to get a drink from Jack in the Box, order a large and be like, oh my god, this is like a liter of whatever you ordered. Jersey Mike's. I had Jersey Mike's once. I went to Jersey Mike's and I thought, you know what? I'm going to go and grab what someone told me to get. And I did. Didn't like it. And it's not like, oh, it was horrible. It's just not my cup of tea. So, I mean, to be honest with you, same thing as D. It's whatever, right? It's not bad. It's just there. Jimmy John's. Have I had Jimmy John's? I don't know. Have I? No, I don't think I have. Sorry, I was racking my brain because Jimmy John's is familiar, but I don't remember. Jollibee, I know I have. I don't even know what that is. KFC, my beloved. So KFC is a place that you go to when you want... I don't know. KFC is a nostalgic place for me, okay? I love the popcorn chicken there. I love the sandwich there. The problem is it's expensive now. Like, I went there a week or two ago, I think, and they wanted for a medium sweet tea. It was the chicken sandwich bundle, It came with like a biscuit and yeah, the fries and whatever, and it was like that bundle was like $8, I think. It wasn't cheap, but I mean, I love KFC. KFC is delicious. KFC is how fast food chicken should be done. If you want good fast food chicken, you go to KFC. That's the rule, right? So KFC has to easily go B tier right behind Chick-fil-A. Okay, and the only reason why is because I can eat Chick-fil-A multiple days in a row. I can't do that with KFC. It's too much on my stomach. Little Caesars, though. Oh, yeah. Little Caesars. I don't know if it's still the case because it has been about a year or two since I've gone here. It's really been a long time since I've ordered pizza in general, simply because they're all so expensive. I just buy the DiGiorno, whatever, the $2 ones and at the supermarket and call it a day. But Little Caesars, I remember you could get a whole thing ass of pizza for $5. And that shit blew my mind. I was like, what? $5? And the tax was like 80 cents or something. I was like, what? And from then forward, anytime I want pizza, I just drive to the most ghetto Little Caesars I can find, and it's always bomb. Now, I have to go to the ghetto Little Caesars because that seems to be where they always are, but I'm sorry. It tastes amazing. Sue me, you know? It tastes amazing. I don't care. So Little Caesars? Oh, yeah. Almost S tier. Almost. Long John Silver's. I don't like fish. I know it may seem like, wait, you know, you? Yeah, I don't like fish. I had a incident when I was a kid, and I got food poisoning, and I didn't really like fish before, right? It wasn't something I enjoyed. But when I got that food poisoning, it was bad. I was throwing up. I was having, you know, stuff come out of my body in certain places. I'm trying to talk about number 2 in the explosive way. And it was dehydrated. I mean, it was awful. And that was a very, formative experience that I had. And, yeah, I just really haven't been able to eat food since. Now, I have been able to eat, sushi on occasion, but I don't know. It's a mental block. And I kind of don't like how fish smells and stuff, so it's whatever. But Moe's Southwest Grill, never heard of it. Same thing with Noodles Company. I looked these two up and I'm like, and I was like, I've never heard of these. And it looks like no one else has either. Panda Express. Oh, Panda, my beloved. If you want to get a oily, very, you can taste the saturated fats in it, and you can taste the oils and all that, but you want to feel like a glutton, like a very successful glutton, oh yeah, eat the Panda Express. Right. I go and get the, I think it's called the chow mein in the medium thing, and then the steak. There's a word before it, but it's like the pepper steak or something. That's just a S tier combo for me. But I don't go there often because I want, it's so expensive. And that's one of the main reasons why these are getting knocked so badly, right? The quality of the food is its own thing, right? But also the quality of the food for the price, right? What is that ratio? Panda Express, the deliciousness is really high, but so is the price. So it's like, I don't really know. So I would say that this is definitely in front of Firehouse, though, because Firehouse is expensive too. But if you get Panda Express, like I said, you can ration it out like a day or two, right? You'll eat it, and then you'll get full, and then a few hours later you'll eat again, and then it starts the process. Oh yeah, Panera Bread. I don't know what is with people with Panera Bread, but I don't like it. I've had all their crap. It sucks. You'll get the bread, and you'll get the... Not even... I have so many negative experiences with the food there. Because I got the tuna salad at first. I'm struggling because I'm trying to figure out how to tell this story. I had a tuna salad once when I went on a date. And it was awful. It tasted terrible. And the only reason I went to the Panera Bread was because the date wanted to go there. I'm like, okay, fine. So we went there. It was expensive, as you can expect. And everything, everything there tasted like it was trying to hide how crap it was. Like, they were using real ingredients, it tasted like. But the way it was prepared and the way the entire restaurant was, it just feels like you're walking into a trap. Like, they're trying to sell you snake oil and telling you that it's like incense, you know? And it's expensive. I don't like anything on the menu, and I've only gone there because other people have wanted to. And I'll be like, yeah, it's fine, and I just order a drink. And here's the thing, they even fuck up the drinks. Like, I remember I'd ordered like a regular lemonade, not the one that gives you the heart attack, just a regular lemonade. And it was so sour. And I'm like, who the fuck is working here? Like, what the hell is going on? I don't know. Panera Bread. Honestly, it's worse than Arby's, in my opinion, because I at least eat Arby's if I were to go there. Papa John's, it's the same thing as Domino's, right? I don't really like Papa John's better than Domino's, but I'll eat it. It's fine. It's the same crappy price. You know, it's not really anything to be particular about. PDQ, never had. Penn Station, never had. Now Pizza Hut, okay. Now, Pizza Hut, you can order it online, right? But Pizza Hut has these things in, like, Targets and shit, and, like, restaurants and, like, malls, where you can go in and get, like, little pan personal pizzas. And I love those so much. Now, it is expensive, but it is so much better. Let me see. Let me place it first, and then I'll tell you. Honestly, oh my god. Oh, no, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually like it better than all those. Because I can go into a Target or go to a mall or something, I can walk in and get like the cheese and pepperoni pizza and a breadstick, and that's my entire meal for the day. And most of the time I can stretch that out and have like the other half the next day. It's really nice. I love it. Popeyes, oh, I'm gonna start a fight. Popeyes is, how would I put this? Popeyes is KFC light. Some people think it's better. I actually think in some elements it is better. But Popeyes is the only competition to KFC. I like KFC more because it's a simplified menu. But I think that if you want a truer chicken experience, you go to Popeyes. I really think so. I think that if you want a traditional fast food KFC, or traditional fast food chicken, you go to Popeyes. Or sorry, KFC. Fuck. But if you want like good ass chicken, gonna be a little bit more expensive, I think. Go to Popeyes. Them's the rules. Portillos or Portillos. I don't know. Never been. I don't even know what it is. Same thing with Potbelly. Qdoba. Here's a funny thing. I have been past so many Qdobas, but I will never go in them. What do they even sell? Like, what is their... Is it Mediterranean? It's Mexican? Yeah, 1 star. That makes sense. And now, I have a weird prejudice against Qdoba. I don't know why. I've never had their food. I've never eaten anything from them. But I will never go into Qdoba. It's kind of like one of those things like, I'm just never going to do. Why? I don't know. Just not going to. So, never been. Thank God. Quiznos. Quiznos is... Quiznos is the crappier version of Subway. And that's saying something. Now, there are a lot of Quiznos that have better selections with, like, food quality and stuff. But, I don't know. Like, I remember Quiznos popped up as a competitor to Subway, and they did really good for a little bit. And then they just died out. Like, a very quick and silent death. Like, they're still around, but... I don't know. Like, I guess, like, the food quality dropped or whatever, but I remember going and... They wanted, like, $1 or something more for the same thing I would normally get at Subway. And it didn't taste any better. It didn't taste better. It tasted different. Right. And it's like, that's not an improvement. Right. If you want to be a competitor, make better products. Don't make a different product. Because then people will just buy the fucking Subway because they know that it's good, it's reliable. I don't know. It's not F tier by any means. You know what? I'm gonna move this. Panera's the first F. It really is the first F, because it just sucks. Because I hate their fucking food. And I hate their drinks. It's like they wanted to make crappy products good, so they just put, you know, expensive tape over it and said, oh yeah, that's good. Never had a Roy Rogers. Don't know what that is. Never had a Sbarro. Is that like a pizza place, I guess? But Schlotzsky's? Okay, here's my beef with Schlotzsky's. I don't like anything at Schlotzsky's either, so this is probably going to be... Okay, I'm just going to say it. It's going to be first tier D. And the reason why is because Schlotzsky's is one of those places where their food always tastes different from how it looks. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that's reasonable, but I look at everything I've ordered from Schlotzsky's and I go, it's going to taste a certain way. And then I eat it and I'm like, and it's not, I mean, it is bad. Like I've like spit out food from Schlotzsky's before. But their drinks are fine. You can't really fuck up soft drinks. You know, cookies are fine. The chips, they don't make it. They buy it from Lay's, right? Yeah, and they're expensive to boot, so it's just like, double whammy. Shake Shack, never had it. I've been told that Shake Shack is like a cheap burger and like milkshake place, but people tell me, oh yeah, it's like it's expensive. And it's like, look, I get like going there as like an experience, right, or with friends, but I don't know. I'm just set in my way with like food. Like I don't want to spend more than an X amount of money. It's just meh. Never been to Sheetz or Skyline. Oh, Sonic might be hated. The only thing I get at Sonic is that the foot long hot dog or whatever, that's like chili cheese dog or whatever. It's like a foot long or whatever. And then the what did they call it? The chili cheese tater tots, I think they're called. But it's like Arby's. I don't get it anymore because it sends me to the toilet. The food is good. It's just that my body is weak, I guess, to that. I'll just put it there. Steak and Shake. Never been. I believe, I mean, I've seen this and I think it's true. Steak and Shake shops and stuff like that are where hipsters go to blow asinine amount of money to look cool and think that what they're eating is anything more than just a glorified, like, fast food item, you know? Subway. I hate Subway too. Like I was bashing Quiznos, but Subway has lost so much and nowadays. Now, is it worse than Quiznos? No. But it sends me to the toilet. It's like they use the bottom of the barrel ingredients now, and it's so sad because it used to be really good. It really used to be really good. Now it doesn't matter what location you go to, it's just ass. Swenson's, never been. Taco Bell? Okay, Taco... Now, I've been talking about Subway, Sonic, and Arby's doing a particular thing to my body requiring a special attention, but the Taco Bell does that, but, it's worth it. Taco Bell is delicious, it's cheap, it's horrific for your health, but boy... It is a little pricey. It's not as efficient as McDonald's, but it isn't as bad as like 90% of the other options here. Taco Bell. Gotta go up here. Gotta be B tier easily. Taco Cabana. Never been. I've walked by them, but I remember only hearing bad things about it, and I'm like, well, I don't want to get firsthand experience. Now, Torchy's tacos. Fucking delicious. I have never had a better taco. Well, I have from like Mexican restaurants, right? But like fast food place, Torchy's tacos is amazing. Way better than Chipotle in terms of tacos. The ingredients are bomb. The queso is bomb. They've got so much stuff going. If it wasn't so expensive, it would be first in B tier. It literally would be first in B tier. Or really, it would be close to S tier if it wasn't so expensive. That's its major downfall. So again, because of the price, it's gotta be C tier, right? Waffle House. So I have been in a hurricane, sitting in a Waffle House, and they were still going. It was flooded. There was like actual torrential rains, horrific winds, and I'm sitting in the Waffle House eating food. It is, if you've never had that experience, that is the closest you'll get to being in like a movie set in your entire life. And what's funny is the Waffle House Index is the thing that the FEMA, the Federal Emergency Disasters Response thing, whatever, for like hurricanes and stuff, FEMA, they literally have an index that if the Waffle House is closed, you know it's really bad. Because I was sitting in there, it was a hurricane, it was flooding, there was torrential rains, there were cars floating. Okay, that's how bad it was. And the Waffle House was like, hey, honey, you want some blah, blah, blah? And it's like, yes, ma'am, I do. Waffle House. The problem is that you gotta be intoxicated in order to really enjoy the food. Because otherwise the food sucks. I'm sorry, it does. It's not good. It's not good at all. And that's the thing that sucks the most about this, is that it's expensive for the most part. It doesn't taste very good, and you need to be intoxicated or in a borderline horrific situation in order to get the best experience at Waffle House. But it's an ethereal thing. So, I'll put it right behind Chipotle, right? Because it's a special occasion, right? Like Boston Market's for holidays and stuff like that. Waffle House is for disasters, okay? You got everything is hitting the fan. Wawa. Wawa is a convenience store, if I'm not mistaken. And it has, like, stuff. I can't really speak to it. It's not bad. It's not terrible, but it's gas station food, essentially. Ooh, Wendy's. Wendy's has the same problem as Burger King, except it's cheaper. The only thing I get at Wendy's is the spicy chicken nuggets. And the only reason I know this is because Asmongold told me. Asmongold was like, hey, I get the spicy chicken nuggets from Wendy's, and that's it. And I'm like, I could learn a thing or two, right? He did the dollar steak. So I'm thinking, maybe he knows his stuff. So I went to Wendy's and I ordered the spicy chicken nuggets, and I was like, oh, because I realized in that moment that I had another cheap item that I could eat. That, I mean, it was a little bit expensive. Like, it's not something you get every day, right? Or you can get every day, but it's like a special occasion type thing. But if you get spicy chicken nuggets, they're good hot, they're good cold, but if they're cold, you need the barbecue sauce. And you can eat that exclusively and you're fine. And it doesn't send me to the bathroom, thankfully. So in my opinion, because of the spicy chicken nuggets, it's got to be there. It's got to be there. And then Whataburger, I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's kind of like the Waffle House Index. If you know the Whataburger is closing, then you know that, okay, if the Whataburger is closing, the only option you have left is Waffle House. And if Waffle House is closed, you know Whataburger is closed. But the Whataburger has like, they're decently expensive, but it's also kind of, the food is good. It's edible. And you get pretty big portions for what you pay for. I normally get the, what is it called? The sweet and spicy burger. It's a heart attack in a burger. I literally get heartburn every time I eat it. But, man, getting a large drink from Whataburger is literally ordering a 2-liter. It's amazing. And you can get it for, I mean, I'm kind of being miser here with how I'm, talking about money, but you could get Whataburger like once or twice a week and you wouldn't really have too many issues, I think. Now, is it better than In-N-Out? Nope. In-N-Out blows it out the fucking water. In-N-Out is the better version of Whataburger, hands down. Sorry. And White Castle, second F tier. And I'll tell you why. Every time I've had White Castle, whether it's the one that you have from the market or the supermarket that you warm up yourself, or the ones you get at the store. Oh, sorry, not the store, but at the restaurant. The way they cook it, I hate. I hate the way they cook it. I hate the way they look. Now, I love the size factor and the fact they're square, but it just tastes like onion. And that's not all of them, but like, who wants to eat a burger and taste vegetables? You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel about it. Now, will I eat White Castle? No. I hate White Castle. Wiener Schnitzel. I'm sorry. I hate White Castle. Always have, always will. Unless, like, they make some whimsical recovery and cook their food differently. I don't think I'll ever get back in their graces, I guess. Wiener Schnitzel. It's okay. It's not great. I don't really remember the last time I ate there, but I know I had a hot dog or some shit, and it was like, you know, it's not bad, it's not good. So I'm just like, okay, here, there you go. Wings Over? I don't know what that is. Like, is that a competitor to Wingstop? Wingstop? Okay, I've gotten Wingstop a few times. Here's the crutch. It's really good. The barbecue wings are my favorite, but if you, like, once you eat 4 of them, you realize that they're crap, and you're like, and you don't want to eat anymore. So they're expensive, you can only eat so much, and then you're like, my stomach hurts. Not stomach hurts, but you're like, this kind of tastes gross. So there's a little bit of regret there. Let's see. I'd say it's like behind Church's. And then I've never had Zaxby's. So this is my completed tier list here. The best being McDonald's. And I'm going to go through this. I'm going to see if I make any changes. Little Caesars being at the front. Oh. Hey, Ren. Yeah, you know what's actually kind of funny is that I just now finished the tier list. That's okay. Hey, look at it this way, right? I know that a lot of people aren't like some people don't watch VODs at all, right? But the good news is that Twitch allows VODs to stay up for 7 days. But if you're really interested in watching and seeing me basically tell you how to professionally be poor, you can do that. But you can cheat right now, and if you have the moment to take a screenshot, these are the most price effective and value effective for money, and also like how good it tastes for food, in my opinion. I'm currently fact checking it at the moment, but I'm pretty happy with this. But yeah, Little Caesars at the top of B tier, I think is really easy. I mean, that it's not healthy. I mean, none of these options are healthy. Let's be real, right? But you go and get fast food because you want food and it's fast, right? Little Caesars, a pizza for $5, right? You can't beat that. Chick-fil-A, a little bit more expensive, but it's really good quality. I'm sitting in chat on your profile. Oh, man. You caught me right as I finish the list. That's so unfortunate. I've been there, done that, though. Like, you've been busy and you've been doing stuff, and, like, you have something that you look forward to at the end of the day, but because your day has been so chaotic, you have to do your thing. And then as soon as you get back, you're like, oh, shit. The thing that I have been literally, like, making my entire day around is happening, and I forgot. And it's like, like, I forgot to watch Free Run yesterday. So, thank you, Rin. I completely forgot. I'm just letting Rin know that it is no biggie missing the stream. Because here's the thing, right? Like, everyone has that situation, right? Where you have... How do I say this? Right? Because everyone knows it. Everyone has that feeling, right? Where they want to do something. They set their day aside to do it. And it's rare. It doesn't happen always. It's rare. At least for me, it's really rare. Where you want to do something and you miss it because of BS. Right? Now, normally the BS is like work or something, but at the same time, like, have you ever been having a really fun time and a really happy time with friends and family? And then because you're having so much fun with your friends and family, you forget to do the other thing that you wanted to have a lot of fun with. That's me. That's normally when I miss it, because I just get like, it's so rare to have those like moments of just pure joy and enjoyment with other people that I just get completely lost in the sauce. And then I'm like, oh crap, I'm supposed to be playing, Helldivers with people. But yeah, let me go through my tier list here, because I want to make sure that I'm not, showing you false propaganda. I want to show you true propaganda that I believe in. Little Caesars, easy. Chick-fil-A, easy. Wendy's, spicy chicken nuggets. KFC, let me see here. Probably 10 minutes. Just letting Rin know that I'm probably going to end in about 10 minutes because I have achieved my goal for today. KFC is the place that you go if you want quality, traditional fast food that's chicken. Popeyes is if you want it to be a little bit more expensive but a little bit better. Taco Bell, cheap, horrible for your health, and then and if it sends you to the bathroom, it's worth it. I'm just letting you know, tomorrow, 7 p.m. CST. Every day. Yeah, so one of the things that I really enjoy, though, is that, I don't get fast food a lot, okay? I do when I need to be crunchy on money, right? But for the most part, I try to be really wise by, like, well, I'll save it for the very end. I think I'll save my sage wisdom with being poor and how to stretch money out to have not only the joys and benefits of eating fast food, but also eat good food and keep your health decently fine. But anyway, Taco Bell, it's worth it. You go to the bathroom, but it's fine. Pizza Hut is the same way, right? Except the bathroom part. The pan pizzas that you can get in Target or like a mall or something is always S tier. It's always S tier. I've never had a bad experience. Now, actually, no, I have. But the bad experience was that it was left out too long in a little warmer area. And so that was my bad. I should have read when it was made. So that was on me. The EST? If you use a converter, I have on my offline screen a few things. I already rinsed chat. Like conversions. So I have like CST, GMT, EST, Pacific Standard Time, and GMT. So I tried to get the areas for Japan, for Europe, for the Americas. Yeah, did I? I think so. Yeah, so what time? What's your time zone? I don't mean to dox your time zone. I can convert for you. Why not? Hey, I'm here. I ain't doing nothing. Let's see here. Pizza Hut, In-N-Out. Oh, yeah, here we go. In-N-Out. EST, Eastern Standard Time? Okay. So 8 p.m. your time. Yeah. See, I'm going on a tangent here, but I really have a hard time converting time zones. But one of the things that I've really picked up on over the years is that in Japan, it's not always true, but if you're like, what time is it in Japan? If you're in the Central Standard Time, which I am, I'm doxing my time zone yet again, add 2 hours, and then put it the next day. So in this case, it would be 10 a.m. Sunday in Japan right now. Where is CST at? Actually, that's a good question. Where is CST time zone? I'm trying to give like I could be like, yeah, this equatorial line or whatever. Let's see here. Like Texas-ish. Draw a line up and down. Yeah, because if you draw a line up and down from Texas, that's more or less like the dead center of CST, right? Because there's also, like, to the left of CST, if you're looking at it on a globe, you have Mountain Standard Time, and then you have Pacific Standard Time. And I always thought the Pacific Standard Time, which is the West Coast, would be like WST, like Western Standard Time. Like how there's Eastern Standard Time, but I don't know. That's just me. But I have gotten on like 4 tangents, and I feel like I'm making a mistake, so I'm going to correct that. In-N-Out. It's just the better Whataburger. It's a little bit more expensive, but, and to be honest with you, it's not always available where you are, but if you have In-N-Out and Whataburger, In-N-Out will always be better. And Whataburger, it's just good, you know? It's a little bit expensive, just like In-N-Out, but that's okay. Panda Express, though? Huh. Yeah, I was thinking, like, maybe, do I want to move this? But no, it's such good food, right? Panda Express is such good food. Really? Didn't know that. Apparently, Ren is saying that Texas wants to be its own country? First time, that's the first time I've heard of that. Why would Texas want to do that? I don't know. I mean, Texas is Texas, right? I mean, Texas is literally its own, like, personality. And that's actually kind of a funny thing. Like, you think about the states in the U.S., and it's like California has its reputation, right? Everyone knows that. And then Florida has its reputation. And then Texas has its reputation. Yeah, it's funny how Florida and Texas has its own reputation. Yeah, so I'm not only streaming, but I'm also in a chat room, so this is fun. This is weird multitasking. But it's actually kind of nice because, like, I really, like, I don't like multitasking, but I'm very good at it. For better or for worse. I don't know if it's because I have, like, hella ADHD and it's, like, scratching that, like, part of my brain. Or if it's just because, like, I don't know. I'm used to, like, multitasking all the time. But, yeah. Speaking of multitasking, trying to make sure this tier list is good. Man, it must be awful from a viewer perspective. I'm so sorry. So let me try to wrangle back myself into the ring here. Panda Express, you go there if you want oily food. That's a little expensive, but definitely worth it. You go to Firehouse Subs if you want decent quality food and pickle and chips and a drink, right? Very easy. You order Domino's and Papa John's if you want to get overpriced pizza without having to go anywhere, right? And I always tip well because I know those guys have hard lives. Every single one of them. I've never met like a 16-year-old pizza driver, right? That's just like working in a second job, because even they don't want to work at Papa John's or Domino's because it's that hard, right? You have to use your own car, and you have to do all, and it's like, oh my God, imagine like having to use your car 24/7, like, and not getting like, not compromised, but like repaid for the mileage, right? Like I would not ever be me. So the fucking hats off to those. They are hard workers and I appreciate them. And Jack in the Box, Jack in the Box is a place, like I said, you go and get crappy food and you know it's crappy. You're not surprised. You know it's bad. And then you may or may not pay for it the next day, but let me tell you, it was worth it. Torchy's Tacos. Expensive, but absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. Beats Chipotle any day of the week. And I believe Torchy's is a little bit more expensive than Chipotle, unfortunately. But it's better quality food. Chipotle, like I said, not as good as Torchy's, but the merits with Chipotle is that it's a different type of the cuisine that you want. So Torchy's Tacos, you normally go there for like tacos, right? Chipotle, you got the bowls, you got the burritos, you've got all that stuff. Waffle House, like I said, if you're at Waffle House and you're in a hurricane, right, you know how it is. Let's see here. Boston Market. You go there if you don't have money and you want to get something for Christmas or something for Thanksgiving or something for a holiday, right? So Boston Market is for those special days. Waffle House is for hurricanes and awful stuff. IHOP, you go there at like 2 a.m. Good food, but a little pricey. Denny's, you go there with the boys, right? Let's be real. You go there with the boys, right? Burger King, it's fine. Their chicken's okay. Church's Chicken, only time I've had good Church's Chicken is when it's been at a gas station. Only time. Everywhere else, it just sucks. Wingstop, though, oh, the barbecue wings are amazing. But like I said, if you eat like 5 or 6 of them, you're like, ugh, gross, and you can't eat anymore. Cane's, their chicken sucks. You gotta literally dunk it in the sauce in order to hide how crap the wing tastes. But the bread is amazing. And Wiener Schnitzel, come on. It's Wiener Schnitzel. It's a good hot dog. Nothing great, nothing bad. It's just how it is. Schlotzsky's. Like I said, you know, I've never had a good experience with Schlotsky's. Won't eat there, won't drink there. It's just kind of, it's whatever. Quiznos, same thing, right? It's just it's just a different Subway, but it tastes like crap. And then Subway has gone down for years. It's bad for your health. It tastes terrible. It's expensive. And then kind of this tier is like, don't go here, right? Sonic, okay, maybe the foot-long hot dog thing is good, but and the chili cheese tater tots, but if you're not in a bathroom within the next 2 or 3 hours, you're screwed. Same thing with Arby's for me. Some people really like Arby's. Some people don't. I'm in the latter. Dairy Queen, I hate their food. Their shakes are okay, though. Jersey Mike's, Wawa, it's gas station food, you know. And then Panera Bread, If I ever get the privilege of having the opportunity to not be single again, it will not be because of Panera Bread. I will tell you that right now. I will never go to Panera Bread ever again. I'll buy, like, if someone is like, hey, can you buy this for me? No problem. I can do that. But I'm not eating it. I'm not eating any of that crap. I don't want their heart attack lemonade. I don't want their tuna fish sandwich. I don't want their salad. No. And then White Castle, it just tastes like onion. But yeah, I stand by this. I think in a year or two, I'm going to come back and go like, yeah, maybe I'll switch Whataburger and In-N-Out. Maybe. Or something like that. But I think this is going to be pretty consistent. So if you're reading this for the first time, if you're like, I don't want to watch the stream, and you click to the end, here you are, right? McDonald's is the best. It's the cheapest food. It's always consistent. You know what you're getting every single time, no matter where you are. I've been in other countries. It tastes the same. It is wonderful that McDonald's has logistics like that. It's cheap. I can get the same thing every day and eat less. But now I'm going to give you some wisdom. I'm going to give you what I think is the most important thing to do. When you're younger, right? When you're like in your teens, right? You can get away with eating all this crap every day. 100%. But then as you start getting older, you start realizing, oh, I should probably take care of my health. That's probably an important thing. So I'm going to leave this up here for just a few more minutes, and then I'll switch back to just face cam, but, or not face cam, but yeah, you know what I mean. I think that as you get older, instead of eating all this crap every day, which is horrible for your health, you shouldn't do it. I did because money, but the wise man, okay, and this has been learned from time and time again of failure and experience. So let's say, right, you get, you know, we're going to pull up paint. We're going to pull up paint here. Let me do this real quick. I gotta drop some dope wisdom on y'all. How do I window capture? Paint. Yeah, there we go. Oh, this is weird. Oh, there we go. I normally have it a little bit better, but we'll do this. Okay. So this is how you should do it. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. So you have the week, right? This is what I do, right? Now, it normally depends on how bad of a day I've had, right? Because I believe that food gives me an intense amount of like enjoyment and pleasure. And if it doesn't give it for you, I'm genuinely so sorry to hear that. But this is what I do. Normally on the days that are the worst, I get like McDonald's, right? So I get McDonald's on that day, right? And then I do like steak and rice. And I cook 2 meals worth or 3 meals worth, depending on how I want to do it. Normally it's 2. And then what I do is I have first portion, and then I have steak, rice, second portion. And what that does is that you can have the enjoyment and value that, because you can only spend like $6 at McDonald's, right? If you're really being cheap, right? So that's $6, right? And steak prices are going up, I know, but rice is normally almost always a pretty good staple. But steak or chicken, right? You don't have to be stuck on this. But you can do steak and rice. It takes me about, to make this one dish, it takes me about 30 minutes. Right, max. Oh, no, that's wrong, I'm sorry. It takes me 15 minutes. I'm very fast. And I can tell you how to do this if people care, but steak and rice, it's just steak, cut in half, and then I have a bowl of rice. That's my dinner. And then, like, excuse me, if I want to do something else, I'll, like, do chips and stuff. Like, you know, make it interesting, right? Life is about different, like, experiencing new things and enjoying it. If you're just eating for sustenance, I'm sorry, that's a difficult life to live. But I do like McDonald's on the first day. That's like $6. And then if you buy the cheap steak, I get ribeye because I like to treat myself. So I save money on Monday to spend on Tuesday and Wednesday. But, you know, for example, let's say, you know, I get tired of steak. I'll do chicken and rice. And you can also do like, you know, vegetable meals, right? You can do vegan, right? Like I've done it once, but I have to eat a lot of it to get like satiated. Like I've done like a vegetable rice bowl, and that's pretty good. But I have to eat a lot to get the same nourishment as I would get from steak, and it's not the same. So here, let me unscrew this. So like, I recommend, right? You know, Thursday. I don't know, you know, maybe treat yourself or something. No. This is what we'll do. This is what I'll tell you to do. So, like, Monday, you go to work, go to school, whatever. You're like, I hate Monday. Monday sucks. You know, at the end of the day, you have a really nice, I mean, it's not like, you know, Michelin, but like if you've survived off of McDonald's before, you know what I'm talking about. Eat McDonald's, right? You have a really nice start to your end to your Monday. Like, that was super unhealthy, but it was delicious, right? Then, okay, so that's Monday. Then Tuesday, you're like, you know what? I ate bad on Monday, but it was cheap, so I have money. And then what you'll do is, on Sunday, supermarket. Okay. One little thingy. Okay. You get steak. And by the way, if you get a big thing of rice, you can just put it in your pantry and you'll have like 6 months worth. Okay. If you're lazy like me, you will have a big thing of rice in your pantry that will last 6 months, and mine has lasted about 5 already, so I need to buy more. But you can buy steak, you can buy chicken, you can buy anything you want, right? Veggies, you can buy tea, you can buy all this stuff, and it'll fit in one little thing, right? And then what I do is that in McDonald's, I normally get sweet tea. And I'm going to be real with you. I drink sweet tea like crazy. Okay, that's just how I am. Sweet tea, all the way. But, okay, you've got McDonald's on Monday. Then you come, you know, home on Tuesday and you're like, I feel guilty for eating all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. And then you make steak and rice. And then you can put it in a Ziploc, maybe put it in the fridge, and then you can warm it up the next day. And then you got steak. And then if you want to, you can even remake the rice. Because a rice cooker, if you have a cheap one, I bought one for like $20. It's a Black & Decker. Wait, no, it was like $60. But here's the thing. I've been using it for years now. Okay. I recommend, if you're going to buy something, buy a high quality product that's expensive, that will last you forever, instead of buying a cheapo repo and then having to replace it every 2 years. Because you will save more money in the long run biting the bullet now than getting shot with the rest of the mag later. So like I said, you have the first portion on Tuesday, second portion on Wednesday. Then you're like, I had steak and rice 2 days in a row. Get McDonald's. That's $6. Okay. Then on Friday, now here's the thing, right? this is where it's kind of free for all. You're like, I don't really want anything. You know, I'm kind of, I don't know what I really want to do. What do I want to do? Maybe I want, oh, I know. I'll go get Wendy's, right? Spice it up. Like, instead of getting Wendy's on, like, get Wendy's this week, then get Chipotle the next week, right? And then, you know, that's like, this is the realist, right? Like, everyone on YouTube is like, oh my God, yeah, you can just meal prep and you can do that. And it's like, look, you can do that, but that's difficult, okay? This is easy. Anyway, I do this, okay? This is what I do. And I save a lot of money. And it's actually cheaper than just getting McDonald's every day, because you stretch out the rations, and when you look at the numbers, it actually is less than like what you would normally get at McDonald's, right? Now, the rice, okay, is the cheapest thing in here. If you're just doing steak and rice, right, the only thing that's expensive is steak. So if you're like, if you don't want to get ribeye like me and you know, overspend a little bit, get flank. Get cheap steak. I can guarantee you, you're going to have a better time. And then on Friday, like I said, free for all. You want Quiznos? Get Quiznos. God help you. You want Chick-fil-A. Go and get it. Then on Saturday, same thing. Free for all. You want to cook? You want to cook. And then depending on how you did it, go to the supermarket on Sunday. This is what I recommend you to do. I genuinely think that if you want to do something like a meal prep type thing, cool, do it. Ignore this. But if you're like me and you're lazy and you don't want to spend longer than like 20 minutes on dinner every day because, you know, my 90% of my day is already blocked off for doing crap, do I want to block off another 2 or 3% for something that I have to do every day? No. So this 15, 20 minutes-ish that it takes me to make this dish, that means I only spent 15 minutes for 2 days of food. So that means I only spent 7 minutes on cooking for today and then the next day. That's not bad. That I can factor into my day. That I can do. And then obviously, like I said, if you're hard on cash, go to McDonald's. McDonald's is a number, like, you can fight me. I don't care. You're not going to find any fast food place that is cheaper than McDonald's. You're not. Is the food going to be good? No. But we're not eating there because it's a quality restaurant establishment with Michelin stars. We're eating there because we're fucking poor. Let's be real. Let's be real about this situation. So that's all I'll say about this situation with that. So I'm going to go ahead and close out the stream here. I want to say I appreciate Rin coming by and everyone else coming by. That I really had a lot of fun today. It's always a joy sharing things that I normally like do every day without really any thought, and just having the opportunity to share with you kind of how do I exist, right? How do I, no matter how much money I have, that's kind of what I'm going to do. Like, because I think that, like, unless there's like a genuinely horrific health like crisis I have or something, I think I can get away with eating like fast food once or twice a week, right? Because I mean, I used to do it all the time as a kid because money, but I'm gonna be real. I think that if you want to get away with eating good food and also eating fast food, I think I gave you a pretty reasonable way to do it. So even if you think my tier list is shit, you at least can look at that and go like, oh, that's fine, that's decent. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out this stream, and I didn't expect it to go this long, but then again, you get me talking about food, it looks like I'll go crazy. So I look forward to catching you guys later, and take care. And it's Saturday night as I'm saying this, so I hope you have a wonderful weekend, or take care and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.